Oh well, it's that time of year again. Stags are starting to get vocal. All the hunters out there are itching at the bit, busting to get into the hill.
We're going to be mainly focusing on using the still camera. The great thing about using the camera is we get to observe what would happen after we'd normally shoot the stag, and most of us would shoot it at the first instance. The other thing is you'd be surprised how close some of these stags will come if they're given half a chance. Anyway, we've got no protection out there, so we might get a tine through the belly, but it's worth the risk.
There's a couple of stags in there going off their nut. There's going to be a fight soon. There will be blood.
No! No!
Well, that should just about wrap it up, I think. Been a few days of rain and we thought, oh, what should we do in the meantime while we're waiting? Okay, we'll stack a few stones. And now weather's clearing up a bit. I think we've just got time for an afternoon look. Lovely. One of the most important things during the roar is to get some sound out there. Now a lot of guys will just use their hands and that can work really well. But for us personally, we like to get a bit more volume. We like to really reach out. So you've got one option here. Now this is a cheaper version, and that's the ordinary granola bottle. You get it at your local supermarket for $1.50, $2, and cut the end off, empty the solution out, and clean it out, and away you go. And that gives a bit more volume there. But another option, of course, is the cow horn. Now, the only problem with these is they can be a bit hard to get hold of. This one here is very old. It's like 40 years old or something. It was father's years ago.
No!
When roaring a stag in, the biggest obstacle is the wind, always the wind. Even on the calmest day it can turn on you, rendering a hard day's stalking shattered in a split second.
These sandflies are just murder. I can see him. I can see his antlers.
This is the sort of thing you dream about, having a master stag come out in the open in broad daylight. You always hope it'll happen, but it seldom ever does. They'll usually stick to the safer confines of the bush during daylight hours, especially in areas of high hunting pressure. There's been a lot of different methods used for carrying out deer over the years. We've always preferred to use a homemade steel pack frame. It's worked really well and has literally stood up to the weight of tons of prime venison.
How much?
This guy will be 90 to 95 kilo. He's
we were thinking he could have possibly been 100, but I don't think he'll go 100.
Some guys prefer to use the pole method.
One of those beers. Them beers are looking bloody good at this stage, I tell you that much.
It can work really well as long as there's at least two of you. A bit awkward if you're by yourself. This way is more suited for flat and gentle rolling country and is a good way to share the load without the risk of doing yourself a mischief. However, in steep country it can be quite difficult and it's not as easy as it looks.
I tell you what, you want to be real careful climbing up these steep. Often this swampy, wet westland country means deep, slow-moving creeks as well. So what you've got to do is try and look for an old log or some sort of a way across without swimming. Here, I'll show you how deep it is. If the log holds me, I haven't tested it yet. So she's that deep. She's up to there over my head. Always look for the log.
No!